Hola a todos, bienvenidos a mi primero video. I wanted to create this account a long time ago. I actually had one, like I think a year or two ago, but it just didn't work out. I didn't feel very comfortable, and now I started with creating an Instagram account, a studygram, language studygram account, because I needed somebody that I could talk with about my progress of language learning, because my friends aren't learning languages the way I am. What I mean by that is that they know maximum of 2 languages, and I just need somebody that I can relate to. So that's the reason why I created Studygram and now this channel. Today I want to talk about how I learned English by myself, mostly because it is the question that I get all the time. I live in Poland, and here English isn't as widely spoken as, for example, in the Netherlands. So when people hear me speaking English as fluently as I do, they get very confused. And I mean, I have a Polish accent, so they don't assume that I am a native speaker, or at least I think they don't do that. But I always get asked, how is your English so good? How did you do that in school, in high school, in middle school? It is very poorly managed here. Lessons are always in Polish. We don't speak in English, and even if we do, it is very limited. So I didn't learn English at school. I got my basics from there, maybe, but if it wasn't for the fact that I actually took control over my English learning experience, I wouldn't be anywhere near I am now. Today I want to talk about how I did it and how I got to where I am. So I want to start with how I got so invested into the English language. So I remember when in middle school I was around 14. It was summer. I was watching British Got Talent, and I came upon this video of Bars and Melody, and I used to be a huge fan of them. I went to their concerts, and it was just a big thing for me. So I started watching those videos from Britain Got Talent and British Got Talent, Britain Got Talent. I'm not sure what's it called exactly, but at the time I was watching those videos with Polish subtitles. I really liked the performance of those boys. They sang Hopeful, and the song was translated fully into Polish, so I understood what they were saying. And I really liked that song, so I started obsessing with them. You know how it is when you find a new song and you just listen to it on repeat again and again and again. I wanted to get to know them better, but I couldn't find any resources that talked about them in Polish, so I was doomed, I guess. I had no other idea but to start watching everything in English. I was looking for videos or articles in English with English subtitles when it came to the videos, and during that summer my English improved a lot. I remember when I got back to school and suddenly everything made more sense, I guess. It's not like I didn't know English before or didn't like it. I always liked it, but my level was very low, very limited. I couldn't speak at all. Like I could say basic sentences, but because of the fact that we didn't learn how to talk in English, I couldn't do that. And when I started actually enjoying it, and I taught myself to like it, I guess, then my abilities improved a lot. I started looking for YouTubers in English, for any creators that were native English speakers, and I came upon a lot of YouTube channels. I remember that one girl, Liza Koshy. She still makes videos and I still watch her. She was creating very simple videos. The vocabulary wasn't very advanced, so it wasn't as hard for me to understand her, but there were still words or phrases that I couldn't understand, couldn't comprehend them. And I remember laying in bed, watching those videos on repeat for days. At some point I could quote them from memory. And watching her, I learned so many new words, so many new phrases. I even talked with her, not directly with her, but to her. She said something and I replied or like pretended to speak with her. That may sound concerning, stupid, but it helps a lot. You have no idea how much that helped me, and I still do that with English, with Spanish, with Dutch, so trust me, that helps. It makes wonders. In my class, I had two friends that we were the only few people in class that actually knew what was going on during English lessons. We had similar levels of English at that time, so I remember we used to sit during a break, a recess, and we just talked to each other in English. We helped each other during classes. We would hang out after school and also talk in English, not all the time, but we would, like, you know, talk a bit in Polish and they say something in English, like 2 sentences. And that also helped me improve a lot, and it helped me overcome that fear of speaking in a foreign language, because I wasn't used to that. The next thing that I want to talk about is that I didn't use books to study. I don't know why, but I was at the point in my life I hated studying from books because I had a bad experience from school. I didn't like school very much. I wanted to prove to people that you don't need books to actually learn a language. You don't need to sit all the time in front of a grammar book or something like that to learn a language. I don't know where it came from, but I wanted to prove everybody that you just don't need that, because that's not the way you learned your native language. So I got so invested. I was watching everything in English. I just switched my life like that and started to do everything in English. I watched English YouTube videos. I tried to read in English. I started from reading fan fictions on Wattpad, and I didn't understand half from what I was reading, but with time I started, some words were repeating themselves, so at some point I just understood what they meant from context. And I started watching movies and TV series with English subtitles, and at some point without any subtitles. Now I sometimes put the subtitles on when I don't understand the accent, so I think that's the only time when I actually use English subtitles today, but otherwise I just watch it like a native speaker would. My listening skills weren't as advanced as they are now, but I wanted to get fast results. I remember watching James Charles. He speaks very fast, and I remember when I came across his videos for the first time, I could not understand a single word. With time, now I understand everything he's saying, or most of it, at least, but I remember being so confused. I was watching his video, sitting there like that, and I couldn't understand a thing. I got so upset at some point because I was very frustrated. I thought I wasn't making any progress. That was a really weird period of my life, but I don't think I regret the way I taught myself English. I was also listening to music in English. That wasn't very hard for me because I like the way it sounds, so I didn't have to force myself. And I remember watching those, listening to music, watching videos with lyrics or with Polish translation, or translating it on my own, and that helped with my vocabulary a lot. Not necessarily with grammar, because I wouldn't trust music when it comes to grammar, because they often change some words or change the grammar so the words match the beat, the music. So that, like, it's okay for vocabulary, but don't trust it with grammar. I focused on speaking a lot, and what I did was, when I was watching some video, TV show or anything, I would talk with the characters from that video, TV series, and that may sound weird, but it helped. They would say something and I would act as if I was with them, and it really helped me immerse myself. I was also repeating after native speakers to mimic their accent, the way they are pronouncing the words, the intonation. I'm not saying I am perfect with that, because I always hear my Polish accent, and I don't really like the way I talk in English when I listen to myself, because I don't know, I don't really like my accent, but I don't mind it. It's okay the way it is, but sometimes it just sounds weird for me. But I think it's just a personal thing. The last thing is that I taught myself English by teaching others. I will make a separate video about that, because I wanted to go more in depth. For now, I can tell you that it helped me in that way that I actually had to know grammar, so I could actually teach that to the kids or to my friends even, because I knew how to talk, but I didn't know where it came from. Like, in your native language, you know how to speak properly, but you don't really know what tense you are using. Why do you conjugate words in your language the way you do? You don't. I don't think you know that. And if you do, then congratulations, because I don't know why Polish works the way it does. So I had to teach myself all of those rules, because I already knew how to talk, I just didn't know why it works the way it does. So that is how I improved my grammar and the theoretical knowledge of English. Do I have any regrets? Not really. The only thing I would change is I would spend more time on writing, because I struggle with writing till this day. I make spelling mistakes, but I am trying to change that, and I am now journaling in English. I am trying to journal every day or every other day to just improve my writing abilities, my writing skills. They also improved a lot when I was preparing for the CAE exam and for my finals in high school, so that's a good thing, but I still need to improve in that area. But I am working on that, so it's nothing I can't do. Okay, so to sum up everything on how I learned English, how I taught myself English, the first thing is that you need to keep in mind that I actually knew the basics, the basic grammar, the really basic, like 11, A1, A2 from school. I also knew basic vocabulary also from school, so I got that base from my English classes, but that's it. I worked on the rest of it on my own, and I didn't get out much of school beyond that. I taught myself most of what I know now by doing the things that I said. Do I recommend this way of teaching yourself? Well, yes and no. It depends. Why do you want to learn your target language? At that time, I didn't want to learn English to pass an exam or to have better grades. I just wanted to be able to understand what English native speakers were saying and to just improve my language abilities. If you wanna learn a language for an exam, for a certificate, this may not be the best method. It can help you for sure with immersion, but you just have to know your priorities. If you just want to learn a language to just speak it, to watch TV shows or movies in that language without translation, then sure. But you also have to keep in mind which learning method is the best for you. It was good for me because I am good with mimicking others, with repeating after somebody, after a native speaker. So that helped me because I watched a bunch of videos and I just repeated. I was repeating what the people there were saying, so that's what helped me. You can try it, but you just have to know that if it was good for me, it doesn't think it will work for you. But I think it is worth a shot. This video got very long and I hope I will be able to edit that somehow so it isn't very boring, I guess, but I really wanted to let you know how I learned English and how I got to the level that I am now. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed it. See ya in the next video.